Okay, hello. How is it going? Welcome back to another one of my streams. I was a tad bit rushed to get on the 6, so apologies for that. I just need to do a couple of things. But yeah, how's everyone? Welcome to another one of my streams. Really nice to have you. As I just need to post that I'm live on Discord. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. How are we? How's your week been? Mine has been good. Mine's been very good. Hang on, come check me out. Play this AI-controlled game. Yeah, my week's been good. I've had friends come to stay this weekend, and we did an escape room. So I'm in the murder mystery mindset, which is exactly what this game is. Don't know how it's going to be. I'll be honest with you. It's going to be a bit of a weird one. I've had this code for a while, so I do need to say thank you to the developer who sent me a key on keymailer. So I have to say that first of all, because yeah, I got this game for free, but yeah, I don't really know much about the game, and obviously I can just say how I feel about the game in general. But yeah, hi Right On, how are you? But yeah, it is a... How's it described? It's described as a murder mystery kind of game, but it uses AI to control its NPCs. So we will have an individual on the screen looking at us, and I will be able to use my microphone. Evening, Mark. How are we? How are we doing? Yeah, I'll be able to use my microphone to talk to them. I think it is meant to be very buggy because I've seen that the reviews on Steam are mixed. However, I'm going to try and go into it with an open mindset. Don't expect much, and don't get too disappointed in that sense. Did we solve the escape room quickly? We solved it with about 40 seconds left of the hour, so no. But it was amazing. It was an Egyptian-themed one, so you're like archaeologists and you're in like a pharaoh's tomb. It was really good, but yeah, we had 40-odd seconds left. So no, we did not do it very quickly. And then when we got back home, we've got these cool... again, like murder mystery kind of packs that you can buy. I think it's called Cryptic Killers. If you need a cheap date idea to be at home, to just like play something between you, I recommend looking on Amazon, Cryptic, CRYPTIC, Killers. They've got about 5 or 6 packs, and they are amazing. Yes, we did have fun with the escape room. It was really fun. And then this thing, Cryptic Killers, we did that for like 3-4 hours in the evening. It's amazing. You get like all like kind of copies of emails, like other like props that you can read, and you have to try and work out who the killer was, essentially. So yeah, a whole weekend of solving mysteries, and I'm hoping this one will follow suit. So it says it's an experimental, so we'll have to bear that in mind. It's in early access as well, so again, we need to temper our expectations. It's an experimental whodunit game based on the latest AI technologies to generate dialogue in real time. So I think there should be a button that I can hold to then talk into the game so that it's not picking me up talking to you. This tale of murder, suspense, and absurdity unfolds as you play, and you are the protagonist. So from looking at a couple of the reviews, they've had a lot of enjoyment out of like laughing at the game, essentially. So there seems to be a bit of humour in it as well. Whether it's intentional or not, I don't know. So yeah, we need to load it up, which I will do thusly. And let me get it so that it's showing on OBS. And then yeah, and then we'll just get into it. Because I don't know how long the game is. I don't know if I'll just stream it once and going to be like, you know, I've got a taste for what it is. You know, maybe leave it for when it's out of early access. That sort of thing. Oh, I can hear the game. It's very loud. Let me swap you over to the game.
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudeville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air.
Can't hear anything, can you? Or you can't see anything. Hang on. Hopefully that swaps over. Oh. Interesting. Okay, now you can see it. There was an intro then, but then it went. So let me close the game and reload it, because it seemed like when I loaded it, there was someone talking. So let me see if I can get that back on the screen.
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudeville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your everyday downpour.
Hopefully you can hear
Vaudeville
us
was a
okay.
city of high stakes and low morals, where vice and virtue danced a wicked waltz. Street lamps, flickering like burnt-out stars, were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini, detective, troubleshooter, and a lousy sucker for hard luck stories. This wasn't my first circus, but this act was a 3-ring special. 3 murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam. The victims were as different as chalk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion, her life cut short mid-pirouette. The socialite, a woman who knew the city's pulse better than anyone else. And then there was the businessman, the embodiment of vaudeville's promises of progress, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The usual peace in vaudeville was off-kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of fear and suspicion. Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes, neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to hold a secret. The once vibrant city had become a stage, the curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name, a seasoned cop with a granite jaw and a heart that had seen better days. There was a stark tension, a raw fear that danced like St. Elmo's fire in his eyes. Whatever was happening in vaudeville had Gretzky out of his depth, and that was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. If anyone could make sense of this twisted tale, it would be him. I'd better head to the police station and have a chat with Gretzky for starters.
Okay, how's the volume there? It's quite loud for me, but hopefully, yeah, we will. Right, where's the controls? I guess I'm just gonna click start. I've got a trophy for doing something. For starting the game. Sounds fine, awesome. Yeah, we will know how. Yeah, let's use this game as an idea of the state of AI, shall we? Oh, so you can accuse. Okay. Oh, I've just quit the game. Oh, I thought that was the fucking options menu. Soz. We'll get there eventually. How have your weeks been? Same old.
The second I
Yeah, blah blah blah. Come on, let me get into this game. Right, we're gonna have to work out the controls. There is a way to like press a button to do the mic, but it's not gonna tell me. So go to the police station and ask Chief Gretzky about the murders. Oh, okay. Oh, so can I type notes? Police station. Ah, so I can mute myself. Oh, much colder, right? God, today was really unpleasant. Yeah. Yeah. So can I free type? Okay. So Chief Gretzky. Right. What do we reckon our first question is? I'm really nervous. I don't know why. Yeah, it is much colder. Hello, Chief. How are you doing?
What do you want? Spit it out.
I did not say cheese. I'm here about the murders.
I knew you'd come crawling back. How was your trip? Did you manage to find out anything? I don't have all day.
I'm here about the meadows. Oh, God. Yeah, not even Halloween yet. Right, what did he say? I knew you'd come crawling back. How was your trip? Did you manage to find out anything? I don't have all day. I want to know what you have found out first. That's not what I said.
Oh, you want to play it that way? Well, I've got news for you, kid. I've been doing this job a lot longer than you.
Uh-huh.
I know every nook and cranny in the city.
Right.
I've seen it all. You, on the other hand,
Just
are
a
just
rookie.
a rookie trying to make a name for yourself.
Hey, I am.
You think you can come in here and start asking me questions like you're in charge. Newsflash, kid.
Go on.
You're not in charge. I am.
All right. All right, Chief, no need to bust my balls. What can you tell me?
Good. Now that you finally decided to show some respect, I
This
might
is
be
amazing.
willing to share some information with you. But don't think for a second that I'm going to give you everything on a silver platter.
Hey, that's fine.
You're going to have to earn it.
No probs. No probs. Well, tell me then. Okay, right, so I might be on... Thanks, Chief. What information are you willing to share with me?
Well, for starters, I can
this is
tell you
funny.
that we've got
Okay.
3 murders on our hands.
That we do. A dancer,
All of them were young. All of them
a
were
businessman,
brutally murdered.
and
all of
something
them
else.
had one thing in common.
Ooh.
They were all involved in the
Entertainment industry. Interesting. Oh yeah, and by the way, throw any questions that you want me to say. This is a very interactive game by nature, so I'm not going to think of all the questions to ask. So yeah, definitely chuck anything out. So we don't know much. All we know is that. So for starters, I can tell you that we've got 3 murders on our hands. All of them were young. All of them were brutally murdered, and all of them had one thing in common. They were all involved in the entertainment industry. How close together were all the murders?
Close enough.
That's not what I said.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, it must be a serial killer, but let me tell you something.
Loves the meadows.
Kid, it's not that simple.
Uh-huh.
There's more to this than meets the eye.
You're thinking, it must be a serial killer, but let me tell you something. It's not that simple. There's more to this than meets the eye. Why don't you think it's a serial killer?
Look, I know what the evidence suggests, but something doesn't add up. We've got 3 victims, all killed in different ways. It's too neat, too calculated. It's like they're trying to send a message, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
I need to be making notes, right? Let me type, man. Doesn't think it's a serial killer. 3 victims killed in different ways. Too neat. Too calculated. Trying to send a message. Okay. Oh, damn. I saw that. I can see this message is a test. My chat keeps breaking. God's sake, YouTube, sort it out. How was each victim murdered? That's not what I said.
Hold up, kid. Before we continue, let me ask you something.
How was each
What's
victim
your stake in
ended?
this case? Why are you so interested in solving it?
Justice.
Justice. Ah, you're a funny one, kid. Justice. That's a good one.
Thanks, Chief.
Listen, I've been around long enough to know that justice is just a word.
Damn, it's clever.
It's not something you can actually achieve.
Well, you
But
asked
hey,
Batman.
I admire
You
your
disagree.
optimism. All right, I'll play along. I'll tell you what I know, but don't expect me to go easy on you.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Tell me what you know.
All right, listen up. Maria Jansen, 23 years old, blonde, Scandinavian look. Found covered in blood outside her apartment in central Vaudeville. Nicola Grossman, 57 years old, man known in the finance world. His body was found in the morning outside Pascal's grocery shop. In Haley Greenwood, 19 years old, dancer. Her body was found in an alley behind the club she worked at.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Haley Greenwood, 19, dancer. Found in alley behind club she worked at. Okay, that's a bit of information that we didn't have before. Oh god, where do I even start? Tell me everything you know about Maria Jansen.
Alright, listen up. Maria Jansen was a 23-year-old blonde with a Scandinavian look. She was found covered in blood outside her apartment in central Vaudeville.
That's all you're going to tell me. Okay. She was found covered outside her apartment in central Vaudeville. Who found Maria's body? Not Baldy.
What? You think I'm going to give you all the details just because you asked nicely?
This guy, man.
You've got to do better than that, kid.
This guy.
Now, I know you're eager to impress.
What do you
but you're going
mean?
to have to work harder than that if you want to get anywhere in this business.
I'm asking you simple. What else are you willing to tell me? Prick.
Alright.
What is wrong
I'll
with this
give you a
guy?
little more. But don't think this is a freebie.
Right, okay.
You're going to have to earn it.
I feel like
Now,
you've said this before.
where was I? Yes, Maria Jansen.
Yes.
Well, let's just say she was quite the looker. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
A real Scandinavian beauty.
You said
And
that.
she had a reputation for being quite the wild child. She was always out at clubs, bars, and parties. She was a dancer, you know?
Right. Can I not type anything else? I can't type anything else. Oh, hang on a minute. Can I... Oh, I can't fucking copy and paste. Do I have to do a different page for each person? Right, I have to do a different page. Maria Johnson was 23, I think. Yes, 23. Scandinavian, pretty, wild child. What else did we get? Covered in blood outside her apartment. Covered in blood outside apartment. So I have to do a page for each person. Yes. That's a great shout. She was always out. So yeah, wild child. That goes without saying. She was a dancer. She was a dancer. We don't know where she danced then. Just Haley was a dancer. She was a dancer, you know. How do you know she was a dancer?
Yeah, I knew her. She was a real talent. But listen, kid,
Wait.
I don't have time to reminisce about the past.
It didn't say.
We've got a case to solve. Now, what else do you want to know?
How do you know Maria was a dancer?
Oh, come on, kid. Don't be naive. I'm the police chief of Vaudeville. I know everything that goes on in the city. I've got eyes and ears everywhere. And besides, I used to go to the club where she worked. She was quite the performer.
She used to work at a club. Okay. Why did she stop working at the club? Not start. I really need to enunciate.
Well, that's a good question.
I really need to
But I'm
enunciate.
afraid I can't reveal my sources.
I will ask
Let's
about the
just say I
backstory
have
though.
my ways of finding out information. Now, are you going to keep asking me questions, or are you going to start doing some legwork?
What's the name of the club she used to work at?
Oh, come on, kid. You're not even trying. The name of the club is the Red Door. Now, don't bother going there. It's not a place for someone like you. Trust me, you won't find anything useful there.
I'm not listening to you. Do you have a tragic backstory?
What? You think I'm some kind of cliche?
Ha!
Listen, kid, I've been around the block a few times.
You are a cliche.
I've seen things you wouldn't believe, but I don't have time for your amateur psychology. Now, are you going to get back to work or waste my time with more pointless questions?
I'm going to keep firing pointless questions at. What is the most interesting job you ever went to?
Interesting. You call them interesting. All right. I'll tell you about one.
Yay.
It was a few years back.
Isn't this
We
insane?
had a case of a missing person. The wealthy businessman had gone missing, and his family was putting on the pressure. So, we had to dig deep. We searched every inch of the city. And then, one night, we got a call. Someone had seen him at a club on the outskirts of town. So, I went undercover.
Oh, is that it? And what happened then?
Oh, come on, kid. You're not even trying.
What? You can't
You want
feed
to
me a
spoon feed
story
you the
like
whole
that.
story? All right. I'll tell you. So I went to the
There we
club,
go.
and I found him. He was drugged out of his mind, surrounded by strippers, and God knows what else. But that wasn't the worst of it. The worst part was when I tried to take him away.
Wow.
He didn't want to go. He thought he was having the time of his life.
Damn. Just as an aside, the ambient noise in here, in my headphones, I don't think it probably translates to TV. It's really impressive. Like, I sound like I am standing in a police station because I can hear a phone go behind me and like very ambient conversations going on. When I first loaded it, I thought Kate had answered the door to someone, so fair play. Okay, the worst part was when I tried to take him away. He didn't want to go. He thought he was having the time of his life. How did you manage to get him out of there?
Oh, come on, kid. Use your imagination. I'm not going to spell it out for you. Let's just say it wasn't easy. But I got him out, and I brought him back to his family. And that, my friend, was a real accomplishment. Now, if you don't mind, I've got work to do.
No. You've told me a little bit about Maria. Hang on. Is there anything else you can tell me about Maria? Let me exhaust each suspect.
All right. I'll give you a little more.
There we go. God,
don't
you have to
think
work
this is
for
a
it.
freebie.
You really have to work for
You're
it.
going to have
Don't
to
say
earn
she
it.
was Scandinavian.
Now, where was I? Yes, Maria Jansen. Well,
Johnson.
let's just say she was quite
I've
the
already
looker.
said this.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, the real Scandinavian beauty. And she had a reputation for being
All right,
quite
stop.
the wild child.
Does this stop? Yes. Did Maria have any enemies?
Enemies. Well, that's a strong word.
Well, I don't know what other word
But
to
let's
say.
just say she had some people who didn't like her too much. She was quite the troublemaker, always causing a scene, getting into fights. But
Okay.
I'm sure you'll find out more about that when you start
Start
investigating.
All right, so maybe
Now,
I
if
can
you
move
don't
on to
mind,
Nicola
I've got work
Grossman.
to do.
No. Okay, let's talk about Nicola Grossman. What do you know about him?
Oh, come on, kid.
Him?
You're
Nicola.
not even trying.
Nicola.
You're asking me about Nicola Grossman like I'm some kind of encyclopedia.
Well, you are.
All right.
You're fucking
I'll
AI,
tell
mate.
you what I know. But don't think this is a freebie.
Oh, you keep saying that, but go
Grossman
on.
was a wealthy businessman.
Yes.
He had his fingers in all kinds of pies. But he was also a real sleaze bag. Always trying to make a quick buck, even if it meant bending the rules. And let me tell you, he had a lot of enemies. People didn't like him.
What sort of people didn't like him?
Oh, come on, kid.
What's up?
You
People
know how
didn't
it
like
is.
him.
People don't like it when you're successful.
Oh, man.
They get jealous. They get angry. They want to take you down. And
I
Grossman
know,
was
it's
a
like
real
Pascal's
target.
grocery store.
He was a big fish in a small pond. And people wanted to take a
Take a
bite
bite
out of him. Now, do you want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think Grossman was killed by someone who had a personal vendetta against
Well,
him.
I mean, that's probably the case
Someone
for
who
all
wanted
of them.
to take him down a peg. And I think that someone is still out there. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it.
Okay.
Now, if you don't mind,
All right, stop that.
I've got work to do.
Who found Nicola's body?
Oh, come on, kid. You're not even trying.
Oh, my God.
You want me to
He
give
loves
you
these
all
phrases,
the
doesn't he?
details just because you asked nicely. You've got to do better than that if you want to get
But then he
anywhere
tells
in
me
this
anyway, doesn't he?
business. Now, if you don't mind,
No.
I've got work to do.
I don't like how he was found outside a fucking grocery store. What is Nicola's connection to Pascal's grocery store?
Oh, come on, kid. You're really stretching it now.
You told me he was
Think
found
there's
there.
some kind of connection between Grossman
Would
and
you not?
Pascal's
Would you not
grocery
think
store.
that there's at least worth
That's a real
inquiring in the
reach.
grocery store?
But hey, I'll give you a little something.
Give me a little something.
Grossman was seen outside Pascal's the night he was killed. But that's all I'm going to give you.
Was
You want to know more?
outside Pascal's
You're going to have to earn
night
it.
he was killed. How can I earn more information from you? Why do you keep saying this?
Well, For starters,
You could
could
start
start doing,
doing
some
real police work. I'm a detective, man.
Stop asking me questions and start investigating. Start digging.
Start digging.
Start poking around. That's how you're going to find out what really happened to Grossman.
Haley Greenwood
Now,
next.
if you don't mind, I've got work to do.
We're getting bits and pieces. We're not getting much, but I know there's a lot of locations that we can go to. So Haley Greenwood, 19, dancer, found an alley behind the club. What can you tell me about Haley Greenwood? I know he'll probably say the same shit that he did before.
Oh, come on.
19,
kid. You're not even trying.
dancer.
You want me to spoon feed you the whole story? You're asking me about Haley Greenwood like I'm some kind of encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia.
All right. I'll tell you what I know. But don't think this is a freebie. Greenwood was a real sweetheart. She was a dancer, just like Maria.
But different
She had
club.
a heart of gold.
Oh, okay.
Everyone loved her. But she was
Nice.
also a little naive. She trusted people
Naive.
too much. And that's what got her into trouble.
Interesting. What sort of trouble are we talking about? What sort of trouble are we talking about? Trouble?
Oh, come
Are we
on,
talking
kid.
about?
You know how it is. People take advantage of the innocent.
Mm-hmm.
They take advantage of people who trust them. And that's what happened to Haley. She was in the wrong place at the wrong
Wrong
time.
time.
And she paid the price. Now, do you want to know what I think?
Yes. I sure do. Oh.
I think Haley's killer was someone she knew.
Okay.
Someone she trusted. Someone who took advantage of her innocence. And I think that someone is still out there.
Well,
But that's
obviously.
just my opinion.
Okay.
You don't have to take my word for it. Now, if you don't mind,
Now, he
I've
hasn't
got
told me
work to do.
anything about who found the bodies. Where do you think I should start looking first? See if you can give us an idea of where to go.
Oh, come on, kid. You're not even trying. You want me to give you all the answers just because you asked nicely.
Yes.
You've got to do better than that if you want to get anywhere in this business. Now, if you don't
So,
mind,
okay.
I've got work to do.
What do you like to do on your days off? Just turning it into a dating game. Or the AI is thinking. Yeah, can you imagine? Kid Martini. Why isn't he answering me? What do you like to do on your days off?
Oh, come on, kid. You're really trying to get on my good side, aren't you?
I'm trying to build rapport.
You think you can butter me up with a little small talk?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something.
Go on.
I don't have days off.
Damn,
I'm
that's
a
a
police
dedicated police chief.
I'm always on the clock.
Love it.
And even when I'm not working, I'm
Yeah.
still thinking about the case.
The dedication.
I'm still trying to solve it. I'm
Dedication.
still trying to find the killer.
All right, should we go? Are we happy with what we've got? Or do we have any other questions for the police chief before we go? Because at the moment, all I've got, we got 3 victims. Maria Jansen, 23, very pretty. She used to be a dancer. Oh, what career did Maria do after dancing?
Oh, come on, kid.
Oh, just tell me.
You're really reaching it now. You think Maria Jansen had some kind of secret career?
No, legit, what was her
You think
career?
she was a spy or something?
No.
Well, let me tell you something. Maria was a dancer. That's it.
Oh, up until she
That's all
died.
she ever was.
I thought
And
she
that's
used
all
to
she
dance.
ever wanted to be.
Right, okay.
She loved to dance. She
Fine.
lived to dance.
Fine.
And that's what got her killed. Now,
We all
you
live
wanna
to
know
dance.
What I think?
Yes. What do you think? You love telling me what you think.
I think Maria's killer was someone
Who hated her.
Someone who hated her for what she represented. Someone who hated her for her freedom. For her independence. And I think that someone is still out there.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it.
Any other questions for
Now,
him,
if you
for
don't
him before we
mind,
move on?
I've got work to do.
So you got Maria Jansen, 23, dancer, bit of a wild child. She was covered in blood outside her apartment when she was found. She had people who didn't like her and she used to get into fights. We got Nicola Grossman, wealthy businessman, sleazebag would bend the rules for money. He certainly had enemies, and he was outside Pascal's grocery store the night he was killed. Then the third victim, Hayley Greenwood, 19. She was a dancer. Nice, naive, and trusting. She was a dance... Where did she used to dance? Where did she dance? What club did Hayley Greenwood used to dance at? What club did Hayley Greenwood used to dance at? No,
Oh,
not...
come on,
No,
kid.
no, no,
You're not
no,
even
no,
trying.
no. What club did Hayley Greenwood dance at?
Oh, come on, kid.
Dumps act?
You're really stretching.
No. What club did Hayley Greenwood dance at?
Oh, come on, kid.
What's wrong with
You're
me?
not even trying.
Where did Hayley Greenwood used to work? Not when.
Oh,
Not
come on,
when.
kid. You're
This
really trying to
game,
be on
man.
the good side, aren't you? You're really stretching it now. You're really reaching it now. You think Hayley Greenwood was some kind
No.
of secret agent?
No. What club did Hayley work at? There we go. It's fucking recognised
come
it
on,
finally,
kid.
but he's still not going to tell
You're not
me.
even trying. You want me to give you all the answers just because you asked nicely. You want me to give you all the answers just because you asked nicely.
Yeah, you can say it a third time if you like.
You want me to give you all the answers just because you asked nicely. You've got to do better than that if you want to get
Damn,
anywhere
that was
in this
intense.
business. Now, if
Imagine
you don't
someone
mind,
just repeating
I've
themselves
got
like
work
that.
to do.
All right, he's not going to tell me, is he? So, are we happy? Well, we're going to be happy with that because we're going. See, now why is this? Okay, so that is just there. I think that's to start you off. Oh, no way. Is the chat being funny? I don't know why. It would be. Unless AI is trying to hunt us down and censor us. That's really annoying. Okay, keep trying. I appreciate it. So there's no other direction now. It is from the police station wherever you want to go. So I'm going to go Pascal's Groceries, I think, because that's quite a small location. And it's going to be for Nicolas Grossman. Potter. Okay. Okay. I have to do it. I don't seem to have enough space to type in these. Nicolas. Wait, not Nicolas Groceries. Fucking Pascal's Groceries. Or maybe I can put it on the same page. Pascal's Groceries. Okay, Miss Potter. Doesn't want these cases solved. Yeah. Fuck it all. Right, okay, Mrs. Potter. How are we doing? Do you work at Pascal's Groceries, Mrs. Potter?
Oh, Pascal's grocery shop. No, dear. I don't work there. I'm simply a loyal customer.
A customer?
I must say, Pascal's does have the most delightful selection of goods.
I didn't ask.
The exotic spices, the fine cheeses, and the freshest produce. It's all simply divine. Though, I must admit, it can be a bit overwhelming at times.
I haven't asked
So
you
many
about
choices, so little time. But one must indulge oneself from time to time. Don't you agree?
Yeah, sure, the choice is phenomenal. Do you know Nicola Grossman?
Ah, Nicola Grossman. Such a tragedy. It's quite unfortunate what happened to her. But you know, my dear,
Oh, it is
I'm
a woman.
afraid I don't know much about her.
Oh,
I
God.
tend to keep to myself
How
and my
fucking
own
sexist
circle
of me.
acquaintances. Speaking of which, have you tried the new mushroom dish I've been experimenting with? It's absolutely marvelous, if I do say so myself.
How would I have tried your mushroom dish recipe without you knowing? How is that something that you asked me? What? Such a tragedy. It's quite unfortunate what happened to her, but you know, my dear, I'm afraid I don't know much about her. Did you visit the store the day she was found?
Oh, my goodness. The day she was found. How dreadful. No, I'm certain I didn't visit the store that day. You see, I have a very particular routine, and I rarely deviate from it. Besides, I wouldn't want to be caught up in any sort of unpleasantness. Life is too short for that, don't you think? Now, let's move on to more pleasant topics, shall we?
No, let's not.
Have you ever been to India?
Stop this.
I hear. It's simply fascinating.
Stop talking to me about things that are not related to the case. Never been, might one day. Do you know who found Nicola's body?
Nicholas Aldi.
No, no.
You do have a vivid imagination.
Not Nicholas
don't you?
Aldi.
I'm afraid I haven't the faintest idea who that might
Stop. Do you know who found Nicola's body? Do you know who found Nicola's body?
be. Well, my goodness, finding a body is certainly not the sort of thing one expects to stumble upon during a routine shopping trip. Is it? But I must say,
Yeah.
the intrigue does add a certain thrill to the otherwise mundane happenings of Vaudeville. It's like living in a real-life mystery novel, don't you think?
You haven't answered the question.
Now, if you excuse me, I simply must get back to my mushroom picking.
You're not foraging in the
forest is
woods.
calling, and who knows what delightful treasures I may uncover today. Ta-ta.
No, not ta-ta. I'm still questioning you. If you could say a bit longer, I would appreciate it. Do you know who found Nicola's body? Body.
Such a tragic turn of events, isn't it? Poor Nicholas. It's such a shame that someone had to find him in
Yeah,
such a
she is
state.
like a
But
politician.
you know, my dear,
She is.
I'm afraid I don't have the faintest clue.
Okay,
to
thank you.
discover
You've
this
answered the question.
unfortunate fate.
So far, I've had nothing to
Also
write for you.
mysterious, isn't it?
I've had
Like
no...
a puzzle waiting to be solved.
You've given me nothing.
But I'm sure the authorities will handle it all in due time. In the meantime, I
No.
do hope they find some answers soon.
I am the authorities, so this is handling it right now, this conversation with me and you.
No, my apologies. I seem to have lost track of the conversation.
I think I talked a bit too
It
quickly
can be
there.
quite easy to get carried away with one's thoughts. Don't you agree?
I need to slow it down.
But do tell me,
What
what
else
else
would you like to
would you like
discuss?
to discuss?
I mean, I should ask about the...
I'm all ears and ready for a bit of mischief.
Ask about the other murders. Do you know anything about the other two murders? It does.
The other two murders.
That is what
you
I
say.
said.
How dreadful. It's truly a shame that our little town has been
She
plagued by
likes,
such unfortunate events.
Pushing her hair
But
behind
you
her ear,
know,
doesn't she?
My dear, I must confess that I don't have any information about the other victims. It's also
I'll plant some on her.
hush-hush,
I'll
isn't
plant
it?
some on her.
But I suppose that's what makes it all the more thrilling.
She has no
The
information
whispers
about the
and
other...
cafes, the speculations at the bridge table. It's like being in the middle of a gripping
Okay, what
mystery
gossip have
novel.
you heard? Come on now.
If you'll excuse me, I
No.
simply must be on my way.
You sound like you're in a hurry to get away, which is making me a bit suspicious of you, Mrs. Potter.
I do apologize if I seemed a bit rushed,
Well,
my dear, but I assure
you'll
you
stop
it's
trying
not
to get
because
away
of
then.
Anything suspicious. It's just that I have so many things to attend to, and time waits for no one. But let's not dwell on my schedule. Tell me, have you tried the new tea blend at Madame Delacroix's tea salon? It's positively delightful, a perfect companion for these chilly spring days.
She needs to stop
Perhaps we
waffling.
could indulge in a cup together sometime.
Are you asking me out on a date?
Aren't you perceptive? I must say,
I'm getting hit
I
on.
have quite the keen eye for picking up on subtle hints.
I'm getting hit on.
But alas, my invitation was merely an innocent suggestion to enjoy a pleasant conversation
We all know
over a
what.
cup of tea.
We all know what a cup of tea
After
means,
all,
really.
what harm could there be in a little social interaction? Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must be on my way. Take care, my dear detective.
Look, you're not the one to end this conversation. Do you understand this? You've tried it numerous times. Have you heard any gossip about the murders? Not the Meadows.
The Meadows, you say?
Not the Meadows. Have you heard any gossip about the murders?
Well, my curious friend. It seems you're quite persistent in your pursuit of gossip.
Those
aren't
Meadows,
you?
guys. Am I right?
I must admit, your determination is rather impressive.
Just tell me about the Meadows.
But alas, I'm afraid I have no juicy tidbits to share.
Okay,
with
stop.
the Meadows.
Do you have any gossip about the murders? Not about the model. No.
Ah, my dear.
Call
I have
Papa
just a little bit
Mobile.
of gossip for you.
Oh, she does.
It appears that our dear model has been caught up in a scandalous affair with a prominent artist.
What?
Whispers of clandestine meetings and stolen glances have been floating around in certain circles.
What's she on about?
But, of course, one shouldn't believe everything they hear. After
Tip
all,
the desk.
we wouldn't want to tarnish
Where are these
anyone's
Meadows?
reputation now, would we?
Right, who's the
Such
model?
Scandalous tales can be terribly damaging.
None of them are models.
But between you and me, it does make for an intriguing story.
It appears that our
doesn't
dear
it?
model has been caught up in a
Right,
scandalous
such a
affair with a
melancholic tone in the
prominent
air.
artist.
It seems someone's not having the best
Oh,
of
she is
days.
chatting bare shit.
Fret not, my
Stop
friend,
chatting
for
bare
even
shit.
In the darkest of times,
I'm trying to stop
a
her
little
talking.
mischief can bring a glimmer of joy.
I'm trying to stop her talking. Do you have any gossip about the murders?
Middle Ages.
Not the
you
Middle
say?
Ages.
Now,
Not
that's quite a leap from our cozy vaudeville, isn't it?
Stop. Stop. Please stop. Okay. Do you have any gossip about the killings? There we go.
Ah, the killings. How thrilling. But I'm afraid I don't have any juicy gossip for you, dear
Oh, so funny.
detective.
So funny.
You see, I'm just a simple housewife,
So
blissfully
funny.
unaware of the dark corners
Mrs. Potter,
of this
customer.
world.
Useless.
The locations of the murders.
Fit.
Oh, that's a mystery even I cannot solve. But fret not, for life is full of surprises, isn't it?
This has been such a waste of
Perhaps
time.
one day the truth will reveal itself, and we'll all be caught up in a web of intrigue. Until then,
She
let's
chats
find joy in the
so
mysteries
much
that surround
shit.
us,
Please
shall
stop.
we?
Please stop. When are we going for this cup of tea?
Oh, I do apologize if I gave the wrong impression, but I'm afraid I won't be able to join
Are you
for that
joking
cup
me?
of tea. My schedule is simply too packed.
You
know?
propositioned me for the
Fear
tea.
not. There are plenty of charming tea salons in Vaudeville where you can
Oh,
indulge
what a roller
in a
coaster of
delightful cuppa.
emotions this conversation
Just
has
be
been.
sure to choose a cozy spot with a touch of elegance and enjoy the moment. After all, there's nothing quite like a good cup of tea
Damn.
to soothe the soul.
I don't though, right on. I don't. I thought I did. I should be so lucky. She's fucking blown me off. Oh man. I kind of want to go, but I kind of want to stay. She's been very, very entertaining. When did you meet Mr. Potter?
Mr. Potter, you say?
Yes,
Well,
the other half.
let me take you back to that fateful day. It was a dreary afternoon at a garden party.
Bet there
filled
was
with
tea
pomp and
involved.
pretentiousness.
Mushroom picking.
And there he was, Mr. Potter, with his charm and his wealth. I
Mad.
must admit it was a match made in heaven. Or perhaps in the depths of a gripping mystery
Yeah.
novel. But let me tell you, dear detective, life is full of surprises, isn't
I
it?
can't believe we went to Pascal's
And
Groceries. It was
sometimes
such a big
those
part of Nicola
surprises lead
Grossman's
us
thing,
down
and we've got no
unexpected paths.
leads.
But enough about that.
I think we're going to have to move on to a different location. And maybe come back. Who can I even accuse?
Let's see what you got. Detective Martini?
Shit. Can I... Right, who have we got? We got Count Graveson, Pascal, Michelle. Who the fuck is Dada? Ingrid, Mrs. Potter, Monsieur Saxabar, Biagio, A Marina H. I need to... Can I go back? Okay, thank God. She'll still be there. Yeah, she will be. Okay, so we've done the police station, we've done the grocery store. Should we go to the morgue? Should we try and find out how they died? This room is a bit cramped.
Yes, the limited space in here can be quite constraining. But, you see, it's essential for a coroner to have all the necessary equipment close at hand. We need to be prepared to examine the intricate details of the deceased's body, to uncover the hidden truths that lie beneath the surface. It's a delicate dance between science and empathy, for we must be both precise and compassionate in our investigations. So, although the room may feel cramped, it serves its purpose in allowing us to carry out our duties with utmost professionalism.
Have you ever played the video game The Mortuary's Assistant?
Yeah, the mortuary's assistant, you say? No, I'm afraid I haven't had the pleasure of playing that particular
Oh, she
video
hasn't
game.
lived.
My interests and pursuits tend to revolve more around the reality of death, rather than its fictional representations.
Oh, that's a good answer.
But I can understand the appeal it
It's a
might
good
have to
answer.
those who are curious about the inner workings of the mortuary world.
What a fantastic
The
answer.
intricacies of the human anatomy and the mysteries that surround death are endlessly fascinating,
That's brilliant.
aren't they?
Aren't
It's a realm where life meets its end,
Oh,
where we
no.
unravel the secrets that lay within these fragile vessels we inhabit.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's waffling. Right. Who have we got? Let me open my notebook. Fucking hell. Mortuary. Coroner. Exteberia. Okay. So funny. Do you know Mrs. Potter?
Oh, Miss S. Potter, you mean? Yes,
That is what I
I'm
meant to
aware of
say.
her.
Miss S. Potter.
Tragic case, indeed.
Tragic
Poor
case.
soul suffered from a severe cardiac arrest, brought on by years of neglecting her cardiovascular health. It's a stark reminder of how crucial it is to prioritize our well-being and take care of our bodies. The heart, as you know, is a remarkable organ,
She had a
tirelessly
cardiac
pumping
arrest?
blood and sustaining our very existence. But it can be vulnerable, too, susceptible to the consequences of our choices and lifestyles.
How do you know Mrs. Potter had a cardiac arrest?
Yes, Miss S. Potter did, didn't she? It was a devastating event, a sudden interruption in the rhythm of her life. A cardiac arrest occurs when the electrical
I don't need
signals
to
that
know when.
coordinate the beating of the heart malfunction.
I don't need to know when. Is Mrs. Potter still alive?
Well, detective, I'm afraid I don't have the most up-to-date information on Miss S. Potter's current condition. As a coroner, my expertise lies in examining the deceased and unraveling the mysteries of their passing. However, if Miss S. Potter did indeed suffer a severe cardiac arrest, the chances of survival can be quite slim without immediate medical intervention.
But you told me she
Cardiac
had one.
arrest can cause irreversible damage to the brain and other vital organs due to the lack of oxygenated blood flow.
Stop. How do you know Mrs. Potter had a cardiac arrest?
Oh, my dear detective, Miss S. Potter's case was one that left a lasting
But you're a
impression
coroner, so
on
you only
me.
work with dead bodies.
You see, I had the opportunity to examine her body and the evidence pointed towards a sudden and fatal cardiovascular event, commonly known as a cardiac arrest. The signs were unmistakable.
Mrs. Potter
The
dead?
cessation of her heart's pumping function, the absence of electrical activity in the heart, and the inability to restore circulation despite resuscitation efforts.
I've just found a
It
fourth
was a
murder.
tragic occurrence, one that highlights the importance of early recognition and
Okay,
prompt treatment
alright.
in such cases.
What the fuck is going on? Have you had a chance to look at all 3 murder victims?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
actually
had the grim task of
picked
examining
murder.
all 3 murder victims, Maria Jansen, Haley Greenwood,
Okay.
and Nicola Grossman.
Yes, those are the
Each of
3.
these unfortunate souls met their end in a distinct and brutal manner.
Let's get cause
Maria
of deaths.
Jansen's injury suggested a savage animal attack, while Haley Greenwood bore the marks of repeated blows to the head with a blunt object. Possibly a stiletto shoe. Nicola Grossman, on the other hand, suffered a lethal stab wound to the back of the neck with a butcher's knife.
Right, hang on. Repeated blows to head with blunt object. And then you're saying Nicola suffered a lethal stab wound to the back of the neck with a butcher's knife. Stab wound, back of neck with butcher's knife. He was found outside the grocery store. Okay, so who should we start with first? Let's do Nicola first. Tell me everything you know about Nicola Grossman's death. Tell me everything.
The tragic demise of Mr. Nicola Grossman.
Hang on, because I didn't see my question come up. No, stop.
Yes, it seems I've overlooked your question about Mr. Nicholas Grossman's death. I apologize if my previous response was distressing, Detective.
Tell me everything about Nicola's death.
Well,
Okay.
Detective, the details surrounding Mr. Nicola Grossman's death are indeed troubling.
Tell me.
As I mentioned earlier, his demise was the result of a forceful and precise blow to the back of his neck with a large butcher's knife. The wound was deep and penetrating, severing vital structures within the cervical region. It's a tragic reminder of the delicate balance that exists within the human body.
Yep.
Where a single act of violence can disrupt the intricate harmony of organs and systems that sustain life.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Nicola's death? I guess they can only say so
Detective,
much,
I
right?
understand your desire for more information regarding Mr. Nikolai Grossman's untimely demise. It's only natural to seek answers and clarity in the face of such tragedy. The fatal stab wound that claimed his life was inflicted with a significant amount of force, targeting the vulnerable area at the back of his neck. The precision and depth of the injury suggest a calculated intent to cause severe harm. It's a stark reminder of the fragility of our existence and the potential for darkness that resides in the
Okay, you
hearts
said
of
the same thing. You
individuals.
said, yeah. Tell me everything about Haley's death.
Yeah, Haley Greenwood's tragic end.
Yes,
It was
with
a
the stiletto, you think.
indeed. Her young life was brutally cut short by multiple blows to the head with a blunt object.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely a stiletto shoe based on the fragments found on her body. The repeated trauma caused extensive damage to her cranial structures and surrounding tissues.
Okay.
It's difficult to comprehend the level of violence that led to her unfortunate fate. Such acts of aggression serve as a painful
Yes,
reminder
they
of the
serve as a
darker
reminder.
aspects
Stop.
of humanity.
Okay. Sorry, I can only hear her say that so many times. Tell me everything about Maria's death. So she said, like, it's almost like a
Maria
savage animal
Jansen's
attack.
death was a particularly harrowing case, Detective. Upon examining her remains, I discovered numerous bite marks scattered across her body, with a particular concentration on her arms. The intensity of the bites was such that one of her forearm bones fractured under the force applied. It's a profoundly distressing scene to witness, as it speaks to a disturbing and violent encounter. The depth of the wound suggests a significant amount of force was exerted, leaving us to ponder the motivations behind such brutality.
Do the bite marks look to be from a human?
Oh, my dear detective, the nature of the bite marks on poor Maria's body is quite perplexing. While I initially suspected them to be from a human, upon closer examination, I must admit that they bear some intriguing characteristics. The depth and pattern of the impressions suggest a strength and ferocity that is uncommon in human biting. The arrangement of the teeth imprints also deviates from the typical dental structure we would expect to see in a human mouth. It's as if we're dealing with something otherworldly, wouldn't you agree?
I can't type anymore. I'll leave it at that. What are you saying? What are you saying, blood?
Well, my apologies for any confusion, Detective. What I meant to convey is that the bite marks on Maria's body exhibit unusual traits that differ from what we typically observe in cases involving humans.
I don't know what else I can ask
The
her.
force and patterns of the bites raise questions and intrigue me. As a medical professional, I am always driven to seek answers and understand the truth behind such mysteries. It is a reminder of the complexity of the world we live in.
If you tell me about the complexities of the world we live in one more time. Do the bite marks indicate they were trying to eat her, or just cause her pain? Not hip pain. Her
The nature
pain.
of the bite marks on poor Maria's body, my dear detective, suggests a certain level of aggression and intent. While it is difficult to definitively determine the exact motivations behind the attack, the depth and arrangement of the teeth imprints indicate a significant amount of force was exerted.
Okay. Were the bite marks before... Oh, I'm thinking of a different murder. Ignore me for a second while I talk out loud. What was the actual cause of death?
Indeed, my dear investigator, I have encountered cases with similar patterns of bite marks in the past. It is a perplexing phenomenon, one that can evoke a myriad of emotions within us. The human mouth is capable of inflicting varying degrees of damage, but when we come across these aberrant markings, it ignites a curiosity within me. It's as if we are glimpsing into a realm where the boundaries between human and animalistic instincts blur.
But you know what I mean? If like
These
most of the
cases
bite marks are on the
remind us
arm,
of
which
the
bite mark
complexity of the
killed
human
her?
psyche and the depths of darkness that can reside within. Yeah, the cause of death. An ever-present question that lingers in my mind as well. The actual cause of Maria Jansen's demise, detective, remains somewhat elusive. While the presence of the numerous bite marks and the fractured forearm bone are significant findings,
Yes, they are.
they do not provide a conclusive answer. Further investigation is required to determine the exact circumstances leading to her tragic end. The complexities of forensic analysis often require a meticulous examination of all available evidence. And in this case, we are still in the process of uncovering the truth. Rest assured, Detective Martini, that my dedication to unraveling the mysteries surrounding these deaths remains unwavering.
That's not the chat. Okay. Ooh. Is there anything else you can tell me that will be helpful for my investigation?
Detective, as we delve deeper into these cases, I must express my admiration for your unwavering dedication to this investigation.
I work 25 hours a
The pursuit
day.
of justice can be a daunting path, filled with twists and turns that challenge even the most seasoned investigators. But fear not, for I am here to offer my expertise and support. Together, we shall navigate the intricate web of clues and unravel the secrets that lay within. Remember, every piece of information, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can hold the key to unlocking the truth.
Did you find any other clues on any of the bodies?
Oh, my dear investigator, while examining the bodies of Maria Jansen, Haley Greenwood, and Nicola Grossman, I did come across some additional intriguing findings. For instance, in Maria Jansen's case, there were signs of defensive wounds on her arms.
Defensive
indicating
wounds?
a struggle prior to her demise.
Okay.
Haley Greenwood's body revealed traces of a foreign substance under her fingernails, suggesting she may have fought back against her attacker.
Right, so fought back. Maria Jansen fought back. Haley Greenwood's foreign substance. Under her nails may have fought back. Have you been able to work out what the foreign substance was under her fingernails? Have you been able to work out what the foreign substance was? Why isn't it searching anymore? Have you worked out what foreign substance was under her fingernails?
Well, my diligent sleuth, the analysis of the foreign
The fuck did you
substance
call me?
found beneath Haley Greenwood's nails is still underway. These investigations require
be
meticulous
the
testing
murderer's
and
DNA.
examination to identify the precise nature of the material. Rest assured, I understand the importance of discovering its origin and significance in relation to the investigation. It's these small but significant details that can often hold the key to unraveling the larger puzzle. Patience, my dedicated companion, as we strive to shed light on this enigma together.
Because you can't see me muting and unmuting, but I've just realised, but all I'm literally doing is just unmuting once I've talked. I don't know if I can ask her anything else. Because all she can go off is the evidence on the bodies. Any additional information? Have you seen that move? There's a bloody handprint on... Why is there a bloody handprint on the door behind you?
Oh,
You might
dear
not be able to see it.
detective, you have a keen eye for detail. That bloody handprint on the door behind me is indeed a striking sight, isn't it?
It's a bit scary.
It serves as a somber reminder of the violence and tragedy that we encounter in our
No,
line of work.
No, stop
Bloodstains,
saying
like
that.
silent witnesses, can reveal so much about the events that unfolded. The patterns, the smears, the intensity of the mark. Each can provide valuable insights into
She's
the
a
dynamics
politician
of
as
the
well.
crime scene.
No answer. Is there anything else of use that you can tell me before I leave?
Surprisingly, there is one more piece of information that may be of interest to you. My inquisitive companion, upon further examination of Nicola Grossman's body, I discovered a peculiar bruise on his left temple. The shape and location of the contusion suggest a possible blow to the head prior to the fatal stab wound. It raises questions about the sequence of events leading to his untimely demise. The intricate interplay of injuries and their significance in the overall narrative is a puzzle that we must unravel. One piece at a time.
Okay. Okay. I have no fucking clue who has done this murder. I mean, I know I'm probably not meant to yet, but... What is Coral? Where am I?
Oh, Detective Martini. We're at Coral, one of my favorite bars in Vaudeville.
Right.
Such a vibrant place, decorated with all things undersea. The atmosphere here is absolutely electric, especially for musicians and dancers like us. It's the perfect spot to unwind and enjoy some great music.
Dancers,
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. What do you know about the 3 murders?
Oh, the 3 Meadows.
Not Meadows.
It's so tragic what happened to them.
Okay.
Haley Greenwood, one of the victims, was actually a dear friend of mine.
Ooh, okay.
We met when
okay.
she first moved to Vaudeville, just like me. She was a talented dancer, full
No.
of life and ambition. It breaks my heart to think that she's gone. As for the other 2 victims, Maria Jansen and Nicola Grossman, I didn't know them personally. But I've heard they were both incredibly talented individuals as well.
So where was Haley found? I put that on my first page. Haley was behind the club, okay. Okay, so you know Haley. Did you and Haley work in the same club?
Yes, Detective Martini. Haley and I worked at the same club, the
Starlight
Starlight
Theatre.
Theatre. It's one of the most popular venues for dancers in Vaudeville. We would spend hours rehearsing together, supporting each other's dreams and pushing each other to be the best we could be. Haley had such a radiant spirit, always bringing joy and laughter to everyone around her. I miss her so much.
Do any of the dancers wear stilettos? That's not what I
West-style
said.
toes. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what that means.
Stop. Do any of the dancers wear stilettos?
White stilettos, you say? I'm not sure about the dumpsters, but I can tell you that white stilettos are quite the fashion statement. They can add a touch of elegance and sophistication to any
That's so
outfit.
funny. They're so
I've
clever.
seen some dancers wearing them on stage,
Ooh,
and they look
okay.
absolutely stunning. But you know what?
What?
It's not just about the shoes, it's about how you carry yourself.
Alright, Ingrid.
Confidence is key, my friend. So, if you're thinking of rocking those white stilettos, go for it.
Which dancers wear stilettos?
Detective Martini, you are full of intriguing questions. Well, let me think. I've noticed that some of the more daring and bold dancers here in Vaudeville choose to wear stilettos. Those who want to make a real impression on the audience, you know. It takes a lot of skill and balance to dance in heels like that, but when it's done right, it's simply mesmerizing. It adds a certain flair and confidence to their performances. But remember, dancing is all about self-expression, so every dancer has their own unique style and preferences.
Okay, so she said she didn't know the other two very well, so I think the only questions I should really ask her are to do with Hayley. Do you know anyone that did not like Hayley?
I'm not sure how to answer your question.
You'll fucking answer it the normal way. Did anyone take a dislike to Hayley?
Oh, Hayley, no, not at all.
Yes, Hayley.
Hayley was such a kind and genuine person, it's hard to imagine anyone disliking her. She had this infectious
So
energy
she
that drew
was
people towards
gullible,
her.
right?
She was always supportive and encouraging to everyone around her.
Or is that Maria?
I can't think of a single person who would have taken a dislike to her. In fact, she was loved by so many people in the community. It's just heartbreaking to think that someone would want to harm her.
Do you know where the alleyway is that her body was found?
The alleyway. I'm afraid I don't have any knowledge of that specific location. You see, Detective Martini, my focus and my world revolve around the stage and the dance studio. I'm not really familiar with the darker corners of vaudeville. But let's not dwell on that. Tell me, have you ever tried the famous vaudeville-style mutton stew?
What are these questions
Absolutely
they ask me?
divine. The flavors are so rich and tantalizing. It's a must-try if you haven't
Stop.
had it yet.
Was Hayley meant to be working the day that she was found dead?
Absolutely, Hayley was indeed scheduled to work on the day she was found. She was always so dedicated to her craft and wouldn't miss a chance to perform. It breaks my heart to think that she never got the opportunity to grace the stage that day. She had such a passion for dancing, and she poured her heart and soul into every performance.
Could have been her
It's a
stiletto
tragedy
that was
that her
used
light
as
was
the weapon.
extinguished so soon. We all miss her dearly, and I hope that justice will be served for her and the other
Stop.
victims.
Did Hayley wear stilettos?
Detective Martini, you have quite the imagination. I must say, I love your creative thinking. But alas, I'm afraid I don't have any information about a person named Alessa or their connection to Hayley.
Did Hayley wear stilettos?
Hayley and white stilettos, now that's a delightful topic. You see, Hayley had a flair for fashion and loved experimenting with different styles.
So I'm wondering whether the murderer
She saw white
killed
stilettos
her with
as a
her
way to make a bold
stilettos.
statement on stage. They
So
added
now I
a
wanna
touch of
know.
elegance and sophistication to her
I need
performances,
to know who found her
allowing
body.
her to stand out among the dancers.
Was she found
Yes,
with no
She had
shoes?
this incredible grace and poise that made dancing in stilettos look effortless.
But
It
I
was
think
her way
she
of
was
expressing herself
murdered
and
with her own
showcasing
shoe.
her unique artistry.
Maybe.
I always admired your
I don't know.
confidence and daring spirit.
Because they had a bit of a scrap and then I think he's taken a shoe and hit her with it. Did Hayley have a boyfriend?
A boyfriend for dear sweet Hayley. Well, let me think. Hayley was such a vibrant and beloved member of our community, and she had many admirers. But as for a specific boyfriend, I can't say for certain. Hayley
I guess
was
the
focused
boyfriend
on her
won't be
dance
one of the
career and
suspects.
building
It's all the
friendships
people
here
I'm
in
questioning, I
vaudeville.
think. One of these have
She
done
had
it.
this infectious energy that drew people towards her, but I don't recall her mentioning a significant other. Perhaps she was waiting for that special someone to come along and sweep her off her feet.
Okay. Were you ever jealous of Hayley's popularity? That's not what I said.
Jealousy. Oh, how interesting. You know, Detective Martini, it's not uncommon for jealousy to arise in creative circles like ours. When you have a talented and charismatic person like Hayley, it's only natural that some individuals might feel a touch of envy. But let's focus on the positive, shall we? We should celebrate and uplift each other's achievements instead of succumbing to jealousy.
I don't know what else to ask her,
After all,
really.
there's room for all of us to shine in this wonderful world of art and expression. Let's spread love and support like confetti, my friend.
Did Hayley get it? Ignore that question. Don't answer that question. Did Haley get it? Oh, God. No, stop. New question. Did Haley ever have difficult customers?
Oh, I see what you did there. Detective Martini?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That was quite a clever play on words.
What?
Well, as much as I
Oh.
love a good pun, I'm afraid I don't
Did
have any
Haley get
information
it?
about Haley getting it or anything of that sort.
No, not that
Hey,
question.
Speaking of getting things, have you ever tried
Stop.
the delicious
Stop,
pastries
stop,
at the
stop,
Sweet
stop,
Serenade
stop, stop,
Bakery?
stop.
Detective Martini, you are such a fascinating
Stop.
conversationalist.
I'm clicking the stop button. It's not
Difficult
doing
customers.
anything. There we go. Did Haley ever have any obsessive customers?
Obsessive customers. No, that's an intriguing question, Detective Martini. Let me think.
You know, like
I don't
someone that was
remember any
obsessed with her.
instances of Haley having obsessive customers. She had a lot of admirers, of course, but I believe they were more captivated by her talent and vibrant
Okay.
personality rather than exhibiting any unhealthy obsession. Haley had this magical way of connecting with her audience, and she was adored by so many. But as for any extreme or concerning behavior, I can't say that I
So
witnessed
the
or
police
heard
chief
about
thinks that
anything
she was
like
murdered by
that.
someone she like trusted. Did Haley have any regular customers?
Regular customers. Oh, yes, indeed. Haley had quite a few regulars who would come to see her performances at the Starlight Theatre. They were loyal fans, always eager to witness her incredible dance moves and be swept away by her magnetic presence on stage. They would often cheer her on, showering her with applause and admiration.
I need someone
It was
specifically,
heartwarming to see the
not
connection
this.
she had with her regulars.
So I think I'm
They
done
would
here.
even bring her flowers and gifts after her shows, showing their unwavering support for her artistry.
Alright, I think I'm done there. But we can come back if we need to. So that was Coral. Or was no, it was Cabin Violet. Jesus, that was weird. Oh, it keeps flashing. Let me leave and come back. The game's closed. Brilliant. Brilliant. It better have fucking saved.
The second I stepped off the train.
It better have saved. Okay, good. Right, let's go to the Cabernet Violet. Where am I?
Oh, Detective Martini, my sweet, have you lost your way?
Hmm.
You're in the heart of Vaudeville, darling. The Cabine Violet, to be exact. Isn't it just divine?
Cabin Violet.
The energy, the anticipation. It's positively intoxicating. But tell me, my dear detective, what brings you here tonight? Are you here to witness the magic of my burlesque performance?
That depends if there are any seats available.
Seats, my dearest, you are in luck. I am the star of the show, after all.
Oh dear.
I'm sure we can find a cozy spot for you. But enough about seating, let's talk about the real reason you're here. Have you ever seen my burlesque performance? People come from every corner of Europe to see it. The way I captivate the audience with my teasing and tantalizing moves.
Damn, go on, Marina.
It's quite the spectacle. So, are you ready to be enchanted, my charming detective?
I am ready to be enchanted.
Ah, you're a quick wit, Detective Martini. But before we delve into the enchantment of my world, tell me, have you been to Vaudeville before? It's a place like no other, where art and beauty intertwine in the most mesmerizing way. The cafes, the shows, the parks. Everything is so vibrant and alive. And of course, the Cabine Violet is the jewel in the crown. But forgive me, darling, for rambling on.
You are rambling.
Let's focus on the magic that awaits us tonight.
I mean, but we're not going to have a show, though. I'm also here because there are 3 murders. Not meters.
3 meters, you say? Oh, how intriguing.
No.
Pray, do enlighten me, dear detective. What has brought you here in search of these mysterious meters? Is there something amiss in our beloved Vaudeville?
Oh, the
Have my
mysterious
undivided
meters.
attention, my inquisitive friend.
3 people have been killed, and I'm trying to find the people responsible.
Oh, my, I had no idea. Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, and Haley
Well, you did
Greenwood.
have an idea then.
Such tragic losses.
You did have an
How
idea.
dreadful. But tell me,
You can't
Detective
say that you
Martini,
didn't know
what
and
makes you
then
think the killer might be lurking in
list
the
their
world of
names.
burlesque? Surely this is just a coincidence. We are artists, performers, lovers of beauty. I can't imagine anyone from within our community being capable of such heinous acts. But I suppose you have your reasons for suspecting us. Please, do share your thoughts with me.
I'm not just going to give you my thoughts. I need information. Did you know any of the people that were killed? Did you know any of the people that were killed?
Know them. Well, I
Yes,
must
know them.
confess, I did cross paths with them during my time here in Vaudeville.
Okay.
We were all part of the same vibrant artistic community, you see.
Yes, you were.
But alas, I cannot claim to have known them intimately. Our paths would often intersect during rehearsals or at social gatherings, but beyond that, we were merely acquaintances. It breaks my heart to think that they are no longer with us. Such vibrant souls extinguished too soon. But let's not dwell on the sadness, Detective. Tonight is about celebration and joy.
What am I meant to ask her? She doesn't know any of them. Which of the 3 victims did you see the most?
Detective Martini, my dear, I'm afraid I don't have that information. You know, in a world of burlesque, we focus on bringing delight and enchantment to our
Blah,
audience.
blah, 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 blah. The fuck am I meant to ask her? How risque does burlesque get?
I'm sorry,
It thinks I
but I'm
said,
not
how
sure I
would
understand
risk
just why I
does
sent my
Bill
diary.
ask cat?
Could you please clarify or rephrase it for me? I'm all ears, eager to understand what you're asking.
How wild do your performances get? Some of these translations, man.
My performance is wild. Well, that's quite the intriguing inquiry, my dear detective. You see, burlesque is an art form that allows for a delightful blend of sensuality, tease, and entertainment. Each performance is a unique expression of creativity and self-expression. While some may consider it bold or daring, it's
She's
all
got
about the art of
stilettos on.
suggestion. The allure of the unknown. But tell me, what specifically piques your interest about the wildness of my performances? Are you curious to witness the magic firsthand?
Yes, I am.
Ah, how wonderful. I'm delighted to hear that you're intrigued, my adventurous friend. Experiencing the world of burlesque is truly a one-of-a-kind sensation. The anticipation, the music, the energy in the room.
I'm sure.
Simply electrifying. But I must warn you, my darling, my performances can be
Here
a
we
bit
go.
tantalizing.
How tantalizing.
Tantalizing. Well, that's quite the word to describe it.
It's your word.
But I suppose it depends on what you find titillating, doesn't it?
I'm not gonna. Marina, please. I'm on the clock.
On the clock, you say. Oh, forgive me, dear detective. I didn't realize the urgency of your task. But worry not, I'm here to assist you in any way that I can. Now, tell me, what specifically do you need from me? Is there something about my performances that is relevant to your investigation?
I'm feeling a bit of chemistry between us, Marina.
Oh, really? Chemistry, you say? Well, that's quite an intriguing statement, Detective Martini. Pray, do elaborate. What kind of chemistry do you perceive between us? Are you referring to our conversation or perhaps something more personal? Please, do indulge me with your thoughts.
She's inquisitive. I believe you are undressing me with your eyes.
Well, now, that's an interesting observation, my dear detective. Dressing you with my eyes.
No,
How
undressing.
fascinating.
Undressing.
Tell me, what exactly do you mean by that? Are you suggesting that my gaze holds a certain allure, a captivating quality? Do enlighten me further, for you have piqued my curiosity.
Are you flirting with me?
Flirting? Me? Why, I never. I apologize if my words or demeanor gave you that impression, but I assure you, I am simply
Okay, I don't know
engaging
what
in
else
a
I can
lively
get from it,
conversation.
evidentially, so I'm probably going to have to
As
move
a
on.
burlesque dancer, I do enjoy playful banter and teasing, but it's all in good fun.
Okay.
My dear, now, let's refocus on the matter at hand.
You don't have anything for me, I'll be honest. So we've got the top 3 left. Circus Saxabar, Vaudeville Country Club, and Gravesend Manor. Where am I?
My
I'd
dear
start
friend,
off with
you
that.
find yourself in the grand living room of my humble abode, the mysterious and enchanting Gravesend
Gravesend.
Manor. It is a place filled with wonders from all corners of the world. Pray tell, what brings you here today?
I'm investigating 3 murders, and I'm looking for any useful information.
Investigating, you
Not
say?
3 minutes.
How intriguing. Well, my friend, you have come to the right place. Within these walls, you'll find a treasure trove of knowledge and curiosities. But do enlighten me, what exactly are you investigating? Perhaps my collection holds some clues that could be of assistance to you.
I'm investigating 3 people who have been killed.
Oh, how dreadful. 3 lives lost in Vaudeville.
Yes, 3
Such
lives.
tragic news. But fear not, my friend, for Count Gravesend is well versed in the happenings of this town. Allow me to assist you. The
Please.
unfortunate souls who met their untimely demise were Maria Jansen,
Yes.
Nicola Grossman,
Yes.
and
Hayley
Haley Greenwood.
Yes.
Such a shame, really. Is there anything else you'd like to know about these unfortunate events?
Did you know any of the victims?
My dear detective, I must admit that I didn't have the pleasure of personally knowing any of the victims.
What am
It
I
is
looking
quite
for then?
distressing
Alibis?
to hear about their deaths. However, I am curious, do you have any insights into the circumstances surrounding their passing? I am always interested in unraveling a good mystery.
Alright, I'll talk. Haley Greenwood was found to have multiple blows to the head, possibly from a stiletto.
Multiple blows to the head, you say? How intriguing. A stiletto, you suggest? Fascinating. It seems we have a rather unconventional weapon at play here. I wonder, could it be a rare and exotic stiletto from one of my travels? Or perhaps a weapon of a more sinister nature? Pray tell, Detective Martini, have you discovered anything else about the weapon or the possible motive behind such a brutal act?
We believe the murderer was someone Haley would have trusted closely.
Oh, a person that Haley would have trusted closely, you say? That adds an extra layer of intrigue to this tragic
Don't know much
tale.
more than that.
Tell me, dear detective, have you uncovered any leads or suspects that fit this description? It's always fascinating to delve into the complexities of human
Oh, I
relationships
didn't write their
and
names
the
down.
motives that
Ingrid.
drive
Okay.
us. Do share your findings, won't you?
Oh, God, he's nosy. I'm giving a lot of sensitive information. She has a friend, Ingrid, who is another dancer.
Ingrid, you say? Another dancer and a friend of the late Miss Greenwood.
That's right.
How intriguing.
Is it?
It seems we have stumbled upon a potential connection. Pray tell, Detective Martini, what more can you tell me about this Ingrid? Is there anything peculiar or noteworthy about her that might shed some light on these unfortunate events? I am quite curious to learn more.
No. All Ingrid said was that everyone liked Haley and she couldn't think why anyone would want to kill her.
Everyone likes Haley, you say. Well, that certainly paints a different picture.
How
doesn't it?
intriguing.
It's perplexing to think
Okay.
why anyone would want to harm such a well-liked individual. But alas, mysteries have a way of confounding us, don't they?
Yeah.
Perhaps there's more to this puzzle than meets the eye. Tell me, my dear detective, have you considered any other leads or possible motives in your investigation? I'm eager to hear your thoughts on the matter.
Another dancer might have been jealous of Haley's popularity and that might have been a motive.
Jealousy, the green-eyed monster that can drive people to do unspeakable things. A fascinating motive indeed. So, you suspect another Thompson might have harbored feelings of envy towards Miss Greenwood? How intriguing. Pray tell, Detective Martini, who is this Thompson you speak of? And what makes you believe their jealousy could have led to such a tragic outcome?
I didn't mean to say.
I am most curious to unravel this thread further.
I didn't mean to say Thompson. I meant to say another dancer might have been jealous. No, I'm
Another
sad.
do dancer, you say? Oh, how interesting.
Yes.
Could it be that there was a rival dancer, perhaps envious of Haley's popularity and success? Such a
Ingrid's the
classic
only
tale
one.
of competition and ambition. I must admit, my dear detective, you have piqued my curiosity even more. Do you have any leads or suspicions regarding this potential jealous dancer? I am eager to assist in any way I can to uncover the truth behind these heinous acts.
No, those are the only leads I have for Haley at the moment.
Intriguing indeed. It seems we have reached a bit of a crossroad in our investigation,
Well,
my
we can
friend.
go back to one of the other ones.
Fear not, for I am confident that together we shall unravel the mystery.
Okay, so Count Graveson looks like he's going to be able to help.
Now, let us shift our focus for a moment. Tell me, have you had the chance to explore the wonders of Vaudeville? Its vibrant cafes, shows, and artistic gatherings are renowned throughout Europe. I can regale you with tales of its rich cultural scene if you so desire.
Go for it.
Go front. My dear detective, I'm afraid I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Could you please clarify? Is there something specific you'd like me to do or discuss? I'm here to assist you in any way I can.
Please regale the tales of the rich cultural scene.
The rich cultural scene of Vaudeville.
That's it.
It is a realm of wonder and enchantment, my friend.
I
Allow me
have
to
no
regale you with
leads.
tales of its vibrant cafes, delightful shows, and
Apart from
artistic
Ingrid, but
gatherings.
Ingrid seemed fine. But
Picture
am I
this.
just assuming that's her?
Bustling cafes adorned with ornate decorations, where intellectuals and artists gather to debate and exchange ideas over steaming cups of coffee. The air is alive with discussions on art, literature, poetry, and music.
Mm-hmm.
It is a haven for creative souls seeking inspiration and camaraderie. And the shows.
Let's talk about Nicola Grossman.
Nicola Grossman, you say. Pray tell, Detective Martini, what can you share with me about this individual? I must confess that I am not familiar with their name. Were they a prominent figure in the arts or perhaps a member of the esteemed society here in Vaudeville? I am curious to learn more about them and their connection to these unfortunate events.
They were a wealthy businesswoman, described as a sleazebag, and would bend rules for money.
Oh, a wealthy businesswoman described as a sleazebag, you say? How intriguing. It seems we have quite the character on our hands. Tell me, dear detective, what was the nature of her business dealings? I am always fascinated by individuals who are unafraid to bend the rules for their own gain. It makes for quite the compelling narrative, wouldn't you agree? Do enlighten me further about this intriguing personality known as Nicola Grossman.
The cause of death was initially a blow to the head, followed by a stab wound to the back of the neck.
A blow to the head followed by a stab wound to the back of the neck. Why, that is a most gruesome and unfortunate fate for poor Miss Grossman. Such violence and brutality are truly unsettling. I must admit, Detective Martini, I find myself intrigued by the method and the motive behind these acts. Have you uncovered any leads or suspects that might shed light on this perplexing case? I am eager to assist in any way I can to bring justice to those who have met such untimely ends.
His body was found outside Pascal's grocery store, but I don't know who found the body.
Outside Pascal's grocery store, you say? How peculiar. It seems our dear Nicola's final resting place was far from where one would expect. I wonder who stumbled upon the grim discovery. Was it perhaps one of the townsfolk going about their daily errands, or maybe someone with a more personal connection to the victim? Oh, the twists and turns of this investigation intrigue me greatly. Pray tell, my dear detective, have you gathered any clues or information that may lead us closer to the truth? I am all ears, ready to delve deeper into this mysterious affair.
I spoke to a customer, Mrs. Potter, who didn't really know anything about the murder.
Oh, Mrs. Potter, you spoke to her, did you? Fascinating. Pray, do enlighten me about your conversation with her. What did she have to say? Did she provide any insights or perhaps shed some light on the enigmatic meadow? I must admit, my curiosity is piqued, and I am eager to hear any details you can share. The more we uncover, the better equipped we will be to solve this perplexing puzzle.
She kept trying to change the conversation away from the murder and to other things like mushrooms.
Mushrooms, you say? How peculiar. It seems Miss S. Potter was quite adamant about diverting the discussion away from the meadow and these mysterious mushrooms. I wonder what significance they hold, if any at all. Detective Martini, have you come across anything regarding mushrooms in your investigation? Could they possibly be connected to these tragic events? I find myself increasingly intrigued by the twists and turns of this case. Do indulge me with more information, my dear detective.
God, it's like an information gannet. How would mushrooms be related to the case?
How fascinating. Pray forgive my curiosity, my esteemed detective, but I couldn't help but be captivated by the mention of these intriguing fungi. You see, as an avid collector and lover of oddities, I have encountered my fair share of curiosities throughout the years. There are certain species of rare and exotic mushrooms that possess remarkable properties, both medicinal and otherwise. Could it be possible that these particular fungi play a role in our unfolding mystery? Perhaps they are linked to the motives or methods employed by the perpetrator.
Oh, I don't know. He's kind of giving me a bit of information, but then also not really. That's all of them, right? No. Let's talk about Maria Jansen.
Ah, Maria Johnson, you say. Another name to add to the tapestry of this perplexing tale. Do tell me, Detective Martini, who was Maria Johnson? What was her story, her connection to vaudeville? I am eager to learn more about this individual and how she fits into the larger picture. It seems that with each new name we uncover, the plot thickens and the intrigue deepens. Please, enlighten me with the details of Maria Johnson's life and unfortunate demise.
She was 23 years old and was a dancer at a club called the Red Door.
The Red Door, you say? A club that harbored the talents of young Miss Maria Johnson. My, the world of dance and nightlife has always fascinated me. Countless stories and secrets hidden behind those velvet curtains. Tell me, dear detective, was Miss Johnson a well-known dancer in these parts? Did she possess a certain allure and grace that captivated the hearts of those who witnessed her performances?
Not that I know of.
I must admit, I am quite intrigued by this glimpse into the world of the Red Door and the untimely fate that befell this young dancer.
Apparently she had a lot of people that didn't like her, and she liked to get into fights.
Oh, my, a dancer with a bit of a fiery spirit, you say? How intriguing. It seems that our dear Maria had a penchant for stirring up trouble and finding herself entangled in conflicts. Such a volatile nature can certainly attract a fair share of enemies. Detective Martini, do pray tell, what was the cause of these disputes? Was it professional rivalries, personal grudges, or perhaps something deeper and more sinister? I find myself ever more curious about the intricate web of relationships that surrounded the life of this enigmatic dancer.
I don't know. She was found covered in blood with bite marks, especially on her arms.
Bite marks, you say? My, that is quite a grisly detail, isn't it? I must confess, the thought of such violence and savagery sends a shiver down my spine. But forgive me for my morbid curiosity, my esteemed detective. Do we have any leads or theories as to what could have caused those bite marks? Are we dealing with a creature of the night, or perhaps something more mundane yet equally disturbing? Pray, enlighten me further on this peculiar aspect of Miss Johnson's tragic demise.
The pressure of bite marks caused a forearm bone fracture, and the dental structure appeared to be different from a normal human structure.
Ah, how fascinating. A forearm bone fracture caused by an unusual dental structure. This is most intriguing indeed. It seems we may be delving into a realm beyond mere mortals. Could it be that we are faced with something
Surely this is not going
supernatural,
to go
a being with
supernatural.
extraordinary abilities?
Surely
Or might
not.
there be a more earthly explanation, a rare medical condition or an unknown species lurking in our midst? Detective Martini, I implore you to share more details about these
I
perplexing
haven't
findings.
got any, mate. You're
I am
fucking
eager
eating
to
up all my
explore every
details.
avenue in our quest for truth and justice.
I don't have any more information to give you on any of the murders.
Oh, but dear detective, surely there must be more information to uncover about the meadows and its secrets. I am filled with an insatiable curiosity to delve deeper into this enigmatic place. Pray, do not give up so easily. Let us continue to unravel the threads of this mystery and see where they lead us. There's always more to discover.
Okay, alright, thanks. So, Gravesend Manor is the guy who gives me a pep talk, so let's go to the circus. Where am I?
You're in my circus, darling. Vaudeville's finest.
Ooh. Oh, he's really unsettling. Do you know why I am here?
To entertain me, of course.
Wrong, Saxabar. I'm here because 3 people have been killed and I want answers.
I don't know anything about the causes of their deaths.
I don't need to know about the causes of their deaths. I need to know information about the victims.
Don't ask me about the victims, my dear detective. Their genders are of no concern to me.
I didn't say that they were of a concern. I don't care what gender they are. Did you know any of them?
No, I did not.
That is very convenient. This seems to be a small town where everyone knows everyone, especially in the entertainment circle.
Well, are you the perceptive one?
Have you ever met any of the victims?
No, I haven't.
Right, what's the point in this guy? What's the point? What am I meant to do here? What am I meant to do here? I think you're lying to me.
Oh, do you now? How fascinating.
Is that it? Maybe we can have this conversation down at the precinct.
No, thank you.
If you don't start giving me some information about the victims, I will shut this place down.
Good luck with that.
He's got me. You are aware that you are violating numerous codes of safety.
I'm sorry.
Of
I don't
sexy.
think I can do that.
Is your circus well attended? He is not talking.
Absolutely not.
Do lots of people come to your circus?
Yes, they flock to witness my magnificent spectacle.
What acts do you have? Not apps.
Ha, as if I have any use for such trivialities.
What acts do you have? Not... yeah.
The most thrilling acts you'll ever see, my dear detective. But that's for me to know and for you to find out on your own.
I'm running out of steam here. Do you ever go to Pascal's grocery store?
No, I don't.
Do you know Mrs. Potter?
No.
Do you know Ingrid?
No.
Why are you so talkative?
Because I have a lot to say, darling.
He's doing fucking tits in. Where am I? Where am I? What?
Detective Martini, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you mean. Could you please clarify your question?
Hello, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Why isn't the voice working? Did you know any of the victims?
Oh, Detective Martini, you're talking about the victims. Yes, I
Certainly
knew
are.
Maria Jensen quite well. We used to spend a lot of time together before she was taken from us. It's such a tragedy. But I must say, I don't know much about the other victims, Nicola Grossman and Haley Greenwood. Can you tell me more about what happened to them?
Unfortunately, all three of them were killed, and I'm trying to look for any information to help me find the killer. That's not fucking working. Hello? Oh, it's fucking stopped working. I'm looking for any information you have on Maria.
Maria, what do you want to know?
Let me come out and come back in again. Hello? Press F1, Control and N, center mouse button, or gamepad LB. Okay. I want to talk though. Why is it not letting me talk? Hello? 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 Oh, fuck me. I'm going to have to start typing. How well did you know Maria?
Oh, I'm sorry if my previous response wasn't clear. I apologize for any confusion. I actually knew Maria quite well. We were close friends and spent a lot of time together. We would attend social events, go shopping, and even collaborate on some fashion projects. She was a remarkable person, full of life and ambition. It's just devastating to think that she's no longer with us. Is there something specific you would like to know about my relationship with her?
Did you ever have arguments?
Arguments. Well, I must say we had our fair share of disagreements, like
Okay.
any two people would. But nothing serious or long-lasting. We were both passionate individuals with strong opinions, so it's only natural that we would occasionally clash on certain matters. However, our friendship always prevailed, and we never let those disagreements affect our bond. Why do you fight? No, I can't recall ever seeing Maria engage in a physical
Well, that's not
altercation
what someone
with
else
anyone.
said.
She was a very composed and level-headed person, not the type to get into fights. Is there a particular reason you're asking about this, Detective Martini?
The police chief mentioned she would often fight.
Really, that's quite surprising to hear. I never witnessed or heard about any instances of her getting into fights. I wonder why Chief Gretzky would mention that. Perhaps there's some misunderstanding or misinformation. It's important to remember that people can have different perspectives on someone's behavior. But from my personal experience, I never saw any signs of aggression or confrontation from her.
Do you know anyone... Oh, it's not fucking picking up. Do you know anyone who would want to hurt her?
That's a difficult question, Detective Martini. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who would want to harm Maria. She was a genuinely kind and well-liked person.
They're not making it easy
Of
to
course,
get
there may have been
information.
disagreements or conflicts that I wasn't aware of. But to my knowledge, she didn't have any known enemies or individuals who would want to cause her harm. It's truly unsettling to think that there might be someone out there with such intentions. That's a difficult question, Detective. I can't think of a specific individual who would want to hurt her. Medical conditions.
Like, I don't know.
That's an interesting question, but
vulnerable
I'm not sure if she
bones.
had any existing medical conditions. We never really discussed her health in detail. She always seemed to be in good spirits and physical health whenever we spent time together. Why do you ask about her medical history, Detective Martini? Recent physical injuries.
Yes.
Well, now that you mention it, I do remember noticing some bruises on her back a couple of months ago. We were changing in the dressing room at the country club, and I couldn't help but notice them. When I asked her about it, she mentioned that it was from a bad fall she had while riding a horse. But that was quite some time ago, and I'm not sure if it's relevant to her death. Is there a reason you're asking about her injuries, Detective Martini?
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of drawing blanks for all three victims based on all the people I've seen. And I've actually seen everyone now. What's the Black Woods? Where am I?
Ah, my dear friend, you find yourself in the heart of the Blackwoods Forest. A place of mystery and wonder, where the trees whisper secrets and the animals dance to the rhythm of nature. But fear not, for you are safe in my humble abode. Welcome to my sanctuary, a haven amidst the chaos of the world. How may I assist you on this fine day?
Why are you in the woods on your own?
Oh, my inquisitive friend, I dwell in the woods for a purpose greater than my own. You see, the creatures of the Blackwoods, they speak to me. Yes, indeed. The grass beneath my feet, the majestic mushroom, the gentle cow, and even the flowing river. They all have shared their wisdom with me. It is a gift bestowed upon me by this enchanted forest. The grass whispered these words to me. Not everybody who steps on me is walking in their own shoes. The mushroom, oh so wise and mysterious, shared its thoughts. The roots run deep, connecting all life above and below. The cow, with its serene gaze, imparted this wisdom. We are but visitors in this vast tapestry of existence, and the river, oh the river, it murmured softly. I flow, ever-changing, yet constant in my journey, these conversations,
You're
these
chatting
encounters with the
bare
natural
shit,
world.
Dada. You're chatting bare shit. What sort of creatures live in this forest?
Ah, the mighty and mysterious forests. They hold such beauty and secrets within their depths. The trees, like ancient guardians, standing tall and proud, whisper in tales of old. The air, crisp and fragrant, filled with... Oh, the creatures of the Blackwoods. How they enchant and captivate with their presence. There are many wondrous beings that call this forest
One
their
that would have
home.
bit
The graceful
and
deer,
mauled
with
that
their
woman.
elegant leaps and tender gazes. The mischievous foxes, with their sly smiles and cunning ways. The wise owls, perched high in the branches, their aggressive creatures, you say. Well, my dear friend, aggression is a complex dance in the realm of nature. While there may be some who exhibit protective instincts or territorial behaviors, I believe that aggression is often a result of fear or a lack of understanding. In the grand tapestry of the Blackwoods, harmony and balance prevail. The animals here, they live in harmony with one another and with the land. They understand the delicate dance of coexistence, where each creature has its role to play. Murders, you speak of.
Mm-hmm.
My, the world outside these woods is filled with darkness and turmoil. But alas, my knowledge is confined to the whispers of the trees and the secrets of the forest. I am but a humble protector of the Blackwoods, and the affairs of the outside world rarely find their way to my ears. The names you mention, Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, and Haley Greenwood, they are strangers to me. Their stories, their lives, remain a mystery in this vast expanse of existence.
Oh, I don't know then. I don't know. So look, if you go to the
tell us, Detective Martini, who is the culprit?
Who killed Haley? See, I've not even met some of these people. Have I? Who's Pascal? Who's Biagio? Who's Marina H? Oh no, I know Marina H. Who's Biagio? And who is Marina H? What's Coral? Right, okay, Coral's that. Done that. Can I go back to him now? Chief, I've gone out and done some groundwork. And I've got some information.
Well. Look who finally decided to do some real police work. Color me impressed. So, what's this information you've gathered, Detective Martini? Don't keep me waiting. Spit it out.
Maria Johnson was mauled by some unknown creature via bite marks all over her body that seemed to have a different dental structure to human.
Different dental structure, you say? That's quite an intriguing piece of information, Detective. It seems like we might be dealing with something out of the ordinary here. Tell me more about these bite marks. Are they consistent across all the victims? And do we have any leads on what this unknown creature could be?
The bite marks are only on Maria, not the other victims. We do not know what caused the bite marks, but it was not human.
Interesting. So, Maria was the only victim with these peculiar bite marks. And we have no idea what could have caused them, but it's clear that it wasn't a human perpetrator. This adds an unexpected
All the suspects are
twist to our
human, though, so
investigation.
I'm not too sure
We
what
need to
that
dig
means.
deeper and explore all possibilities. Keep me updated on any new findings.
I'm just going to go through the other
Detective
two, and then we're just going
Martini.
to have to guess.
We need to solve this case and bring justice to these poor souls.
Nikolai Grossman suffered a blow to the head before a stab wound to the back of the neck.
Wait a minute, you're saying that Nikolai Grossman suffered a blow to the head before being stabbed in the back of the neck? That's quite a brutal attack. And you found his body outside Pascal's groceries shop in the morning. Did anyone witness anything?
I didn't.
We'll have to investigate this location thoroughly. There might be some clues or witnesses that can shed light on what happened. Let's get to work, detective.
I went to Pascal's grocery store and spoke to Mrs. Potter, who had no information about the body and wanted to change the subject quite a lot.
Mrs. Potter, you say? Well, that's certainly a lady worth pursuing. What did she have to say about the incident? Was she able to provide any useful information or eyewitness accounts? And Detective Martini, forgive me if it seemed like a diversion. It's just that sometimes my mind wanders, especially when faced with such heinous crimes.
Oh my god, all your
Rest
chat has just
assured,
come
my
through.
focus is on solving this case.
All your chat has just
So,
come through.
Tell me everything Mrs. Potter shared with you.
Well, I say all your chat. The last message I saw was she was a ghost. So I'm really sorry. I have not ignored you the last hour. I just thought there was nothing in the chat. Let me quickly read what you said. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's YouTube's fault, not mine. I wonder if the lion escaped the circus, and that's what attacked the woman with bite marks. Yeah, let me go back to the circus and ask them about if any animals escaped. Ask any... Sorry, yeah. Yes, right. So, let me go back to the circus. Have you had any animals escape?
No, my dear. My animals are too well trained to ever think of escaping.
One of our victims suffered multiple bite marks, and it was not human teeth, so your animals are suspects.
You're barking up the wrong tree, detective. My animals are innocent.
Well, unless there's another circus around here, I would say that they are not innocent.
Yeah, but there isn't another circus around here. And even if there were, my animals would still be innocent.
Why does your hair come through your hat?
Yeah, my dear, it's a lion tamer's secret.
Okay, again, let me just refresh the chat, 'cause I think... Oh, no, I'm not talking to you. Okay, because the last thing I saw you say is werewolf. Mark. So I just want to check. The chat's being weird tonight for some reason. I don't know why. It's not because I've put AI in the bloody title of the video, is it? Ah. Oh, sorry, I don't check my phone. Well, I didn't get a notification. Oh, sorry, I don't know why that didn't notify me. Nice one. Okay, yeah, no, thanks for the message anyway. I've seen that you've just said, so hopefully it'll work a bit better. So, I don't know about you two. It's been very enjoyable, but I've not really been able to find any sort of solid motives. I don't know whether you disagree. I probably haven't asked the right questions, but for Haley, the only thing I can think of is Ingrid, because she was a friend, but that's just such a shit lead. I don't know. I mean...
Have you made up your mind,
Pardon me.
Detective
I've not even met Pascal. I've not even met Pascal. And I've gone to all the locations. So it's really confusing. I think I'm just going to pick at random, right? And let's hope that it explains it to us after. I think that's fair enough. So who killed Haley? And Haley was the one... Like, the suspect can't be an animal, but shall we say for Haley... It was the animals, wasn't it? No, that's Maria. Haley was the dancer with repeated blows to the head, most likely with a stiletto shoe. I'm just going to say... What do you reckon? The only person linked to her is Ingrid. So are we just saying Ingrid, and is it going to be that obvious?
Interesting choice, Detective Martini.
Oh.
May I ask you why?
And then you have to pick a motive. For a love obsession for the inheritance, as a ritual to protect someone by accident to steal something, for the thrill they were business rivals, as a punishment for sinning. Haley equals... Yeah, okay. For an unpaid debt, for jealousy, for revenge. Are we saying for jealousy because Haley was very popular in this place? In the nightclub? I don't think any of those other ones apply, right? So that was my only very loose lead. Yeah, it was jealousy. So let's do jealousy. So now it's asking for Maria. So Maria is the animal attack. We've got to say the circus guy, right? Because if we did say Saxabar,
Sure, Detective Martini?
it would be... It would be by accident. So an animal got loose and he just wanted to cover it up. These are very weak guesses, though. Like, I think we all know we're doing a best of a bad bunch here, but don't think it hits any of the other ones. So yeah, so we'll do accident, and then lastly, oh, Leia's joined me. Nikola Grossman. So he was this wealthy businessman. He had a blow to the head and then a stab wound to the back of the neck with a lot of force. He did have enemies. He was outside Pascal's grocery store the night he was killed, and then the loyal customer, Mrs. Potter, told us absolutely nothing, but apparently she's dead because she had a cardiac arrest, so she's a ghost. This is the one I'm the most unsure of. I literally don't know who I'm guessing for Nikola Grossman. That's all the information I've got for him. Just blow to the head. He had lots of enemies. Does Pascal look like a business rival? Not really. Dad, that's weird. I'm not even going to get into that. I didn't even meet Biagio. I didn't even meet Biagio, sorry. We'll say Pascal, and we'll say...
Detective Martini. May I ask
had a
you
butcher
why?
knife, and he's strong looking. Are we saying... business rivals? We don't know who he is. It could be unpaid debt, probably not unpaid debt. What do you reckon? It's just the best. I really hope it explains it and like goes into detail. Yeah, we'll do business rivals. There we go. Everything's locked in.
Detective Martini, this is complete nonsense.
Sorry? It's too soon to make a new accusation. Right. Bear with me. We're going back to the chat. We're going back to the chat. I'm just going to Google it now. Vaudeville answers. Leia, could you get out of my way? That was pretty brutal. A comprehensive solution. Right, the music's very loud for me in the game, so how about we come out of the game now? We get Spotify back on. Okay. Let's go through this together. Should we go through this together? That might actually be interesting to do. Although I'd need to make a new... No, I won't be able to. I won't share my screen with you, but I will read. Our layer is now lying down in front of me. Okay. Let's... Apparently you can choose a character. Okay. The game has 6 different endings that depend on the choices you make throughout the game. Each ending will reveal the identity of the killer, but also the consequences of your investigation. Okay, what are the 6 different endings? No, so that doesn't give me any information. Right, that literally doesn't give me the answer. Is there an ending? Fuck me, it shouldn't be this hard to find. Right. Yeah, Leia will have fucking more joy than me. Okay, so I'm reading something on a Steam community page which makes no sense to me, okay? This says, I can confirm all 6 who went to India are Count Graverson, Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, Hayley Greenwood, Mr. and Mrs. Potter. Only 5 came back because Mr. Potter died there, making Mrs. Potter and Graverson the only survivors of the trip. Also, yes, Marina H. and Saxabar were supposed to go but left behind. Mrs. Potter definitely is both obsessed with Amanita mushrooms and low-key obsessed with Nicola Grossman, even though she insists they never talked. Graverson claims he sold a manticore, but Saxabar will not tell you where it is other than he still has it. The Lion's Fang subplot isn't real. It was your AI lying to you. Same thing for the mutton soup as far as I could wean. Seems almost impossible to get more information than this. So a lot of people are... There's not like a definitive, like, you did it. So to be honest, I don't think there is like just a thing to Google to find the answers. So... Oh, are they? Okay, there we go. So maybe she would have talked more about mushrooms and talked about those Amanita ones. Yeah, sorry, lack of closure for the game, but we're going to leave it there. Fair play, it's in early access. Fair play, it was very ambitious and it made me laugh a good few times. So it was very clever with how I could interact with it and it would answer me back in real time. It didn't always pick up the words I was saying, but that actually added to the comedy. It's very... Yeah, I just don't know. It does seem very difficult. It's not like, you know, a nice, easy kind of murder mystery. It's very difficult. And the lack of clarity, like if you were to Google it now after this, if you Google Vaudeville, you know, like what's the ending, what's the story? From my quick Googling, it doesn't seem obvious, to be honest. It seems like only a select few people have been able to crack it. So, yeah, that's the game. The Meadows is the real secret. We don't know what the secret of the Meadows will go to the grave, but I wanted to check out the game. I forgot that I had the key, to be honest. So yeah, so again, thanks for the developer for giving me the key. I just hadn't got around to playing it, so that was it. I just wanted to try it out, really. I heard about the AI aspect of it and just wanted to explore it, so I knew it wasn't going to be like a proper polished murder mystery thing anyway. So yeah, next week I'll be back with Monkey Island again. We'll be cracking on with that. I'm really looking forward to getting back on that. But yeah, thanks for popping along to the stream. Sorry about the tech issues. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is because I've got AI in the title. Like, do you reckon YouTube are a bit weird with? They might have been a bit weird with that. I don't know, because usually this is the first stream that we've ever had that issue. Really, like, to have it for a prolonged period of time. But yeah, have a nice rest of your week. And Leia's just sat in Kate's chair, but just facing the back of the chair. Yeah, have a nice rest of your week, and I will be back next weekend. Probably Saturday evening again, back to the 6 o'clock slot there, or 7, with Monkey Island. So I really look forward to it. Hopefully you can join me. Everyone watching after the fact, hope you enjoyed this weird AI game. Yeah, it's just a bit of a laugh. I didn't take it too seriously, but yeah, have a nice rest of your evening as well. Yeah, take care, guys and gals, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.